I cut this piece of cardboard as a template for a hearth stone. So that's the shape of the hearth that we're going to be putting in. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the cardboard and put it on top of the stone and kind of trace it. This is some really hard, brittle stone. So we got plenty of it to make sure we had enough to do it in case if we broke some. So here's the other pieces of stone. A couple of slabs. We'll cut it out and try to chisel it and shape it how the hearth is. The fireplace is in an area where there's lots of people, and to cut on site wasn't ideal, so we just cut it out of cardboard, and then we're going to bring it to the yard here to cut it up. So I cut this back a little bit, so this is like an inch, not quite an inch, probably 3/4 of an inch back from my line, so that I can chip off that edge. Hoping it'll work. This is really brittle. It tries to undermine. If you can see right there, it undermined a little bit when I chiseled that edge off. So cut it back a little bit, and then I try to chisel it out. Stuff's so brittle it had a little fracture crack right here. So I'm tapping on it, it kind of split. Put your weight on the rock, then it'll tend to want to split the rock, but it would have broke over here because of my weight. This is just a fracture line here, so it kind of dove over there. So we'll have to mark another piece. Got this one all cut out and shaped. Looks like we have a little bit of a fracture crack here. One going across here and one off this way. I'll probably end up cutting that off so that it doesn't break when we're traveling to the project. But this is the one that broke. This is a chunk that broke out. We're going to just cut that off right here where I marked it. And then it'll just be a straight piece to the hearth. This edge had a little bit of a belly in it. Really difficult to get it to break. Every time I hit it, it feels like I'm going to create another crack in it. So we'll just have to leave it like that. It's going to have to just be a little bit rustic there. where we're putting the hearth stones we just cut. Got the bottom part already stoned. About 8 feet tall. Just one of the natural stone hearths. So here's part of the pieces we cut laying right here. install them on there. These stones are so very brittle. Kind of hard to get them to not undermine like that. But it turned out alright. A few spots a little bit weird. The general contractor, all he had was dry bond concrete mix, kind of a mortar mix, like it acts just like thin set. So I put just using it just because he had it, but pretty sticky and hard to deal with. But hopefully it turns out alright. Got about that far down. A couple of those of Hearth, so 120. Try to cut these joints too tight, and they kind of look a little bit weird on 22.5. So you just leave it a little rough, so it looks a little bit more like a natural edge. So we're not trying to cut them like paper thin. Outlet boxes, we usually just recess them back so that the cord from the back of the TV, when it plugs in, then it recesses it back so it doesn't sit there and bend on the back of the TV. It helps it sit a little bit nicer. So the cord's coming out like this, has that straight stiff part that comes out, and it can curve a little bit easier. Keep this edge nice and straight here. We usually just measure here, get this measurement on our first one, and then keep it within 1/8 of an inch varying as it goes up, so it stays somewhat straight. All cleaned up and finished. Turned out pretty alright. A little bit lopsided looking thing. They were limited for space, so they wanted that double door there. So they chopped off the fireplace. So one side we got this return back about 10 inches. This side it just dives into the wall. Made it look kind of weird, but overall it's alright. Just looks like it's a little bit lopsided. These Hearth stones were kind of a little bit hard to work with. Ended up having to hamburger the front of that thing to try to get it the right size. This one ended up breaking when we shipping it. We just left the joint there. They all should have looked like this one. Very difficult stone to work with.